Hey everybody, welcome back to Bob on the Farm. We're going to work on the combine today. And there goes Chris. She is heading off to the...
I don't know why you won't give those calves decent hay. They are complaining.
I know. They're such complainers.
Just listen.
How did you spoil them so badly?
I love them. How did I spoil you so badly? I don't
honestly feel spoiled.
The trash just got here. Get the key. There you go.
Here, take me down there. Drive me down there. Chris is going to drive me over to get the garbage can. Here we go.
Spoiled. Spoiled. Because it's so far.
I don't want to walk all that way. If I don't have to.
All right.
You forget I am lazy.
I didn't forget.
See ya, hon.
See ya. Love you.
Love you too. And there we go. All right, so we have to get the tractors out to get the combine out. And so I gotta move 3 tractors real quick here. And then we can get the big green machine out and work on it in the sunlight where I can see. Look at that beautiful piece of machinery. But anyway, we got a couple of things that need to be addressed here. I'm looking at this adjustment here, this adjustment right here, and that is, looks like there used to be a nut on there, and that is missing. If you look at the other side, which is this same thing here, there is a nut on this one. It looks like it needs to be tightened up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if, and this makes some sense here to me, because this is obviously not as tight as it should be, and the chain on this side is all loosey-goosey. Chain on this side is not loosey-goosey. So I think we need to address that. So that'll be the first thing that we do here. All right, so I'm letting this whole adjustment here loose, and we'll see what happens. Now it's got to be a ways yet. Okay, so we're here at the handy dandy bolt bin, and well, this is a 1/2 inch. Luckily, that's a 5/8. I don't think it's a 3/4. I think it's one of these two. So we'll take one of each, see if we can't make one of these work. All right, I hope you can see me down here doing this, but I went and switched out the nut for a standard nut and a lock washer, because the lock nut, there just wasn't any actual way that was going to get there's no way that I was going to be able to get the lock nut on without this turning all the time, and so without that bolt turning. So anyway, I decided to go with a lock washer and a regular nut, and so that's what we're looking at right there. So I'm going to replace the nut on the other side too, because that looks like that's seen better days. So I got another set here. But first, let's go ahead and see if we can't maybe snug this up a little bit, and try and make this thing work a little nicer for us. So, what size wrench do we think we need? 13/16? Do we think that's the right size? Oh, it's too big. 3/4. The stalwart 3/4. Well, but you know what? It is snugging up. I don't know what size wrench we need for this here. Maybe 1/2 inch. Let's try that. Half inch too big. 7/16 is always a big winner for stuff like this. Oh, 7/16 is too big. Oh, we only have one size smaller, and that is 3/8. Oh, well, that's gonna do it. That's snug enough, I think, till we get it into the final position. Okay, well, Chris just yelled at me from across the way that she needs gas. I hope we have some, because we might not. Oh, we got a couple gallons here, I guess. Well, I guess if I had my phone with me, that Chris would have been able to call me instead of yelling across the way. So, all my fault, I suppose. It's okay. It's been my fault before. What? What have you done?
I runned it out of gas.
Yeah, guess what? We got about 2 gallons of gas here, so which will be enough to get you around. Okay, as good as I can make it right now. I'm pretty sure that I need a new feeder house chain, but it's gonna have to do. We don't have that many acres of beans to do, and I think we're just gonna be fine the way it is. For next year, it looks like I'm gonna have to replace these sprockets and the drive sprockets for the chain as well. They're worn pretty good. So anyway, we got that pretty well tightened up, and I think it's going to be okay. So now I'm just going to button this thing up, and the feeder house will be, pretty well ready to go. All right, and voila, feeder house is buttoned up, and I'm pretty sure it's ready to go. So super duper, right? Super duper. All right, now the next thing is actually over here on the other side. Next thing is, well, this clean grain elevator that has a really sloppy jalopy chain. That's probably going to be my next. That's going to be my next thing. It's going to be my next thing. There's no probably about it. It's going to be my next thing that I'm going to work on here. I have to take this panel off and get to the drive mechanism that's way up top, and pop the chain off of there so that I can pop the drive chain off so that I can move this chain freely, find the master link, adjust so I have all the adjustment back, and see if we can take a link out of this chain so that we can just run it for this year. Okay, so I'm working on this clean grain elevator. It's a clear up on top. Do I need to climb up there? Yeah, I do. So anyway, the slack adjusters for the elevator chain are this screw and that screw. This one and this one. And to let slack in, you just loosen these bolts, and it lets these slides slide down. And then when you want to tighten it, you tighten the bolts, and it draws these slides up. And we'll show you that later. So we I took the belt off, the drive belt off, so that it's easy to move the chain in the elevator. And let me climb down here and we'll show you what we got in the elevator here. Okay. Alright, so we've got a fair amount of slack here. As luck would have it, there is a half link right here that I can take out. Alright, so anyway, I guess I can't really show you this very well. But right there's the half link. We're going to take that out. All you do with that is you pull little cotter pins out and the plate comes off the side. All this stuff comes out of the middle. You pull the half link out, and then you just move this link, move the end of this link to there, and put them together, and bingo bango boomo, you got a shorter chain. So I'm going to work on that, and I will pick you up when I get her done. Okay, so there's the half link that I took out. And there is the newly connected no half link. And all I gotta do is take up some slack, and this should snug right up in there, and I think we're gonna be just fine. Alright, so we'll just take up the slack on with these slack adjusters here, or this slack adjuster. Well, welcome back everybody. Today is the next day and we're still working on the combine, but we're getting the better of it here. So the next thing I got to do is I got to pop this belt off. This belt right here, right? This is the one that drives the, whatever it does, doesn't really matter. It's got to come off, and this belt has to come off, so that we can get the new belt in and put over where it belongs to drive the tailings, or not the tail, yeah, the tailings, to drive the tailing system. Look, I got a delivery. That's for the book business. So, all right, I gotta go. All I really need to do is run my little pry bar right here and pull her down. Oh, look at that. See, that takes up the slack, takes the slack off of that belt real easy. I think we're just going to leave that right there. So we got a 15/16 wrench here, and we just have to loosen this up. Ah, that wasn't too bad. Loosen that. Remove this off of here. Okay, I've got this new belt here. This has to go back behind this giant pulley like that. Also has to go through this gap here. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we got that. Yeah. I'm not sure I can even show you this, because it's awfully tight to work back in here. Let's see, I think we need to go over the top of this one and then up, snake it around the tightener there. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to turn you off until I figure this out. Well, it appears as though I was mistaken. There is a obstacle in the way back here to get this, to getting this belt on here, and that is this gizmo right here. So that is not good. So looks to me like I gotta take this shiv off and then this big shiv off, and then I can probably get things on. Get that belt on, which actually would probably be easier to put on if I take all that stuff apart. So that's the plan now. By golly gee whizzikers, everybody, we got it. We got this inside belt that runs the tailings auger, tailings elevator, tailings all the time. We got that in. And it started out being very difficult, and finally it just popped on. So I don't know if I can reproduce that or not. I'm not even going to try. So here you go. We got that on there. Now we have to put the big shiv back on and put its belt back on, and then we have that little shiv down there that has to go on. I got to clean the shaft up first before we try to pound that thing back on. That's a pretty tight fit. It's not supposed to be a pressed fit or anything, but I had to use a puller to pull it off of there, so you know, I'll probably have to beat on it a little bit with a hammer to put it back on. Okay. It really wasn't that difficult to do this, at least not so far. Just that it's time consuming to take all this stuff apart. I don't know what the heck's going on here. All right, I turned you off, now I turned you back on. So anyway, I'll start over again. Now, I don't know what is, well, this is not really a difficult job. It's just time consuming, and you have to take lots of things apart in order to put one little thing together, and then then you got to put it all back together again. So there's all of that to do. And we're just, whoop, hey, the door's blowing shut on me here. Okay. There's that, and then there's this belt goes onto here and loops around there. Whoops, uh-oh. Came off the shiv here. There we go. Uh-oh, I need a wrench. I need the wrench. Okay. Alrighty, now this little gem. Are we still hot? Oh, this seems like we're warm, but not too bad. So anyway, we got to clean this up in here and then slide it on. I gotta get some sandpaper and clean this off too. I gotta be right about there. Let's see how straight we are here. Well, looks pretty good, I guess. All right, let's go put these set screws in. And I think we can pretty much call this done. That'd be awesome. Okay, so the next thing we have to do on this combine, and it's probably be the last thing, hopefully, is this tailings elevator here. The chain's a little bit loosey-goosey in it, and I think we should have enough slack adjustment to pull it up just a little tighter and make it just run a little bit nicer. So, but to get to that, we have to get under the seat, and that's clear up there. And there's, I don't know, pins and stuff that need to be pulled out so we can get that plate off of there. So I will climb up there, try to figure out what I need, and I'll get back with you. So see you in a few. All right, I'm warming up the combine here. I'm gonna go in and grab the grain head, and it looks like we're done getting it ready pretty much. Now we gotta go out and use it. So that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and you know, if you get a chance to reach down there and hit the like button, I'd appreciate that. And also if you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and that'd be awesome. And yeah, thanks a bunch, and we'll see you next time.